You have more help than you can imagine. Want to try a little test? Let's call this the parking spot experiment. Welcome, powerful souls. I'm Laurie Majka, and I want to wake you up to the power of your soul. I've been on the other side and I've seen the beauty and power that we truly are. And this life doesn't have to be hard. You have an array of helpers that you can call on at any time, and not just for the big things, but they can also save you time. So let's do an experiment about creating space for parking spots. And I'll share a story of how this recently worked for me. I was driving to the gem show in Tucson, Arizona, and this is a really big show and it can be pretty crowded. And on the way, I was talking to one of my very spiritual friends, and he was reminding me that I could ask for my guides to help me get something as simple as a parking space. Now, I've really been doing this for a number of years, but I hadn't been thinking about it recently. And so I thought, all right, I'm going to apply this today. When I finally got to the venue, I spoke with the person who was directing us where to go for the parking, and he was kind of standing in front of the entrance to this particular lot that was going to be closest to the show. And I asked him if there was parking, and he said, "Well, you can try, but you're probably not going to find a spot in there." And I thought, "All right, well, let's really challenge this experiment. I started talking to my guides and my angels, and I asked them to guide me and help me find a parking spot. And as I started driving down perpendicular to the rows, I just kept going, and it didn't feel right to turn in the first one or the second one. By about the time I got to the seventh row, I felt a draw to turn to my left, and I did. And as soon as I rounded the corner, I saw the red parking brakes turn on and a car beginning to pull out. And I was luckily the only person coming down that row, so I stopped. And at that moment, I looked over to my left and I noticed a personalized license plate that had the word bear in it. And I actually laughed out loud because the person that I had been talking to on the phone is known as the great white bear of the north. That is what he is known for. And there was a confirmation that yes, my guides had indeed let me know that they were working overtime by sending me this sign as a confirmation. So that's an example of how this worked for me. Your team on the other side can help you create anything that you want. You just have to ask and engage with them. There is, however, one caveat to this. Have you ever noticed that when you've asked that you don't always get everything that you're asking for? Well, kind of like a parent and child relationship when the kid really, really, really wants to have this one little candy bar before dinner, and the parent's like, nope, nope, it's going to ruin your appetite and you're not going to eat. Well, it is that way to some degree on the other side. So if you've ever wondered why people who are really good at manifesting don't often win the lottery, it's because there are things that would actually take us off of our path if they happened. So, for example, if you really think that there's a job that you want and you apply for it, you know you're a great candidate, and then you're just utterly and completely shocked that you didn't get it because you used all the manifesting tools that you know that you have available to you and you still didn't get the job. It might be because that job is going to be a blocker for something else that's coming along that's going to be better. Maybe in a different job, you're going to run into a person that you are meant to connect with, or maybe you're going to have an experience that helps you to grow or achieve certain goals that you've set out for yourself. Now, I'm not saying that everything in your life is predestined. It is absolutely not. You, above all, have free will. But I really and truly do believe that there are things in your life that are meant to happen no matter what, because we have soul contracts with other people that we have made before we come to this earth. Because by connecting with certain people, it will create experiences that we have optimally wanted to experience while we're here in this earthly incarnation. So, for example, if you have a contract to have certain children be born to you, that means that you need to have a certain spouse. And it doesn't matter what you do, you are going to definitely meet that person in some way, shape, or form. Now, you do have free will, so there are times that even though you have a soul contract with somebody, you may choose not to engage for whatever reason. But there are certain things that are definitely meant to happen. And then there are also a free will in the way they happen. So I'm going to explain it this way. If you were going to Las Vegas from Arizona, you could hop on a plane, and that would be the way that the crow flies, and you would get to Las Vegas in the fastest, most efficient way. Or you could drive to Las Vegas. It'd take you 4.5 hours. You might run into traffic, you might run into construction, but eventually you're going to get there. You still arrived at your destination. You just took a slower path. I could also get in my car, drive all the way back to Chicago, and then drive to Las Vegas. I would still get there, but I'm having different experiences along the way. We do have free will, and that allows us to make our life very interesting through our choices. And there's no wrong or right way, but you do have a higher, quicker, faster path that you can take. And so when things happen for you or do not happen that you were expecting to or trying to manifest, it could be because those things are not meant to happen at the exact time that you're trying to bring them in to you. But for the most part, your team will conspire to work for your highest and greatest good. And that's really the goal of what you should always be asking for, is for things to happen for you as long as they are for your highest and greatest good. So I really hope that this helps. Have you used these techniques before? Do you plan on using them? I would love to hear from you. Please share your thoughts and experiences with everybody so that together we can all learn and grow, and that's really how we all help each other. So I hope that this helps. I'm here as a reminder for you to remember things that you may have forgotten or to confirm things that are happening for you. I really hope to inspire you to remember the power that you truly are so that you can build a life that you are in love with.